every time I would do little things to get out of that comfort zone, right? But that comfort zone feels like you're exploring outside of yourself because you're doing something else that is different from who you are. But the funny thing though is that every time I went out of my comfort zone, I connected to who I truly am. Letting go of that shame, letting go of the restrictions, expressing myself fully instead of black, colorful, instead of, um, the tomboy era and embracing that, really exploring the femininity and my own beauty and my own curves and my own look and everything. And just embracing who I am instead of what society projects onto me of what the beauty standard was. And that made me free enough and to have that, full expression of wearing this amazing, beautiful dress, not caring what the world thinks of it because I want to wear it.
Welcome to the Ash Show and the House of Ash podcast. I'm your host, Ashwina Gampat. This is a safe haven that inspires you to live the free and abundant life that you desire.
So last night, I was watching one of the videos that I created 2 weeks ago because I was deciding which new episode I'm going to launch for this week. And I noticed how the screen was constantly moving. Sometimes my face was not in the frame, or half of my face was only in the frame. And that's because I use this webcam that is very intuitive, like it moves with me. As you can tell now, I turn it off because I literally had to redo that entire episode, and this is me redoing it. Because if I would have to edit all the pieces that were just completely chaotic, it would take me hours to edit. And guess what? I don't like editing that much. And I want to make it as smooth as possible. So I figured, spending 15 minutes to just create it again, like to just do it all over again, makes more sense than to work on something that is just a nightmare. Um, and then I was thinking, why not now? Like initially I wanted to wear the dress that I was talking about. So I was wearing the dress for that episode. But now I'm like, you know what? Oh, let's just go with what I have. I'm wearing this very simple, cute beats attire. And I'm gonna go straight after recording this. I'm gonna go straight to the beach and enjoy this beautiful sunny day. But not until this. I really wanted to do this. I really felt like, okay, let's just go with it. So this particular story is about the dress. Oh my God, what a dress. I I was invited for a beautiful jungle party, and I've been to that party before, so it wasn't the first time, and it's one of the favorite things for me. I never really thought I was this girl that loves partying, but now that I live here, I know that I am actually a girl that loves to go out. It's just that I am, like, for me, after 11, I want to go home. And a lot of times in Europe, that's when a party starts. Also, the type of music, like this particular scene where I went to, it has all kinds of different genres. But I don't like hardcore. I don't like the trance music scene. So it's like now that I moved to Mexico, I uncover parts of me that I just didn't know existed because I just assumed, well, that's not kind of how I roll. Um, but that's not true because I actually do like dancing and going out and stuff like that. It's just that it's a different kind of scene. Anyway, so I went to this amazing jungle party, and after posting some pictures and videos, my sister was like in my DM, she was like, didn't you feel completely overdressed? And I'm like, I never even realized that. It didn't even cross my mind that I may or may not uh, be overdressed. And then I looked at it and I'm like, I totally get why she would ask herself that. Like, isn't she overdressed? Because if you look at it that way, yeah, I was completely overdressed. And I just smiled and laughed because it just showed me of, oh my God, you come from so far, Ash. Like, I used to obviously be very self-aware, and I say obviously because I think a lot of women, especially young girls, they are self-aware. And now wearing it because I really want to wear it, that's next level for me. And the dress in particular was a see-through dress, so it was from sheer fabric. And the only thing I asked myself before wearing it was, okay, is this not too sexy? So I wore it. I had two outfits to pick from. I sent my friend a picture as I got ready, and I'm like, sorry, sorry, do this. And she's like, oh my. And I'm like, you know what? I love this dress. This dress is so beautiful. I love the color on my skin tone. It fits well because it's elastic. And if there is a place to wear it, it's for this particular place. That was also very clear to me because it's not everyday dress. It is a dress that really requires, a specific occasion. And it was a jungle party. It started during daytime, like 4 o'clock. As you can imagine, the sun is still out, but also a lot of the people that would go there, I know them. I know the owner of the place. I've been there more often. So I'm like, yeah, this is the right location to wear it. And not only that, when I bought the dress, I was very well aware of the fact that it's a very sexy, beautiful dress that will attract attention because it's just not just the color, but it's see-through. So I still bought it. And I don't do impulsive shopping sprees anymore. That's like way back, but I've become a very, very intentional buyer. And so when I bought this dress, I was very intentional about this. And I knew, like, hey, I know this is not a dress I will wear every day, but it's definitely a dress that I would love to have. And I want to own it. Like when I wear it, I want to own it and not feel ashamed or scared to wear it. And so I just asked myself, Ash, want to wear this? Yes, because this is the time, that this is the perfect party for this dress. And I did. And I had zero regrets. And I had so much fun with the dress. And I got so many compliments, especially from girls who absolutely loved it. And they all called me a mermaid. And who doesn't want to be a mermaid, right? Um, but this story is not just about the dress. It's a symbol for the transformation that I've been through, becoming that woman that's confident and comfortable enough to wear and express herself the way she wants. That is now able to wear those things, the things that she desires to wear, not afraid of the opinions of others, and definitely not afraid of my own opinion. I used to be a girl that loved, tomboyish clothes. Like I would wear my brother's clothes. He's 2.5 years older, and back then, like these big American sporty shirts were in. So I would wear his large or XL shirts and my Nike shoes, everything to camouflage my shape. And I would often just wear a ponytail and act like a boy because I was just very insecure in my femininity. I felt weak as a woman, to be honest, and not fully in my power. So I was acting like a boy, and I remember going to high school, and I saw all the girls wearing these tight jeans and this elastic kind of like fabric. How do you call it? Like not yoga pants, but I think back then the flared pants was in, and then they would wear it with like crop tops and stuff like that. And I started to look around me, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should try that too. And I did, but I was completely uncomfortable. So I really had to, become more comfortable as I was wearing it. But still, I would walk a little bit like that, and I would wear beautiful dresses for parties. But I would not completely own it. So, I would avoid the dance floor. I would avoid walking around. Uh, Whenever we would stood up, I would stand behind my mom or something, so that people don't see me. So as this shy, girl, I came a long way. And for me to now just say, hey, I love this dress. I'm just gonna wear it. I'm gonna own it. That's why I laughed at it because I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful to see that I'm not even thinking consciously anymore of, hey, am I overdressed? Because it doesn't even, I don't even think about it, that was like the last thing on my mind. But there's more to it, because there was also a change where I decided not to wear black anymore. And it was like a big hard stop. It was like, no, we're going to stop buying black, and I'm going to replace the items that I have in my closet into more colorful clothes. And it was definitely out of my comfort zone. And it was a very slow process, because initially I would go more for beige and white, or I would match something colorful with a beige or white. For me, color is a way to express myself. It's a way of, hey Ash, how do you feel? And so now, even if you look in my closet, I have every color of the rainbow in my closet, every color but black. I think the only thing that I have black is some underwear and like this bikini, but that's it. Like, that's the only exception. Um, because what does color mean, right? Color is expressive. It stands out. It shows a mood. Um, it has its own energy. And I felt like this is how I want to express myself now. Now looking back, it makes total sense, because I am a colorful person, and it's who I am. But back then I didn't know. Back then I just stayed in my comfort zone. And I thought, like the black colors or the tomboy outfits were who I was, but it was just a way for me to camouflage and hide myself. And another thing that I really realized reflecting back was the fact that I live in a country where it's always summer, basically, I can always wear summer clothes. It just enhances who I am. And I don't think we truly realize sometimes, because beauty can be perceived as something very superficial, especially with social media, where people are constantly wearing new stuff, and it seems like you constantly have to buy stuff to still be trendy, or um, where it's about showing off how much you own or whatever. But for me, it's so different. Like, I'm in a different way busy with the way I want to dress. And even this, what I'm wearing, I'm gonna show you. This, this what I'm wearing used to be a kimono. And that kimono was like 10 years old. I think I have a picture of me wearing it. And if I find it, I will put it here so you can see it. And then eventually I was really like, I don't want to wear it anymore. Like the kimono, like after 10 years, having it in my closet, I'm like, but I do love the fabric, because the patterns and everything is just so gorgeous. And so what I did was I just cut it and I made it a sarong. So creating from something that I used to own. And sometimes I wear it like with a different shirt, and then it has a complete new look. And that's what I love. I love, you know, having this creative outburst of what I want to wear. And that creativity is what sparks me. It's not about always having the new things. It's not about the price tag. It's not about the brand. It's about how I feel when I wear it. My number one hobby used to be, I love shopping. Seriously, that was my number one thing. Now I go, I do what I need to do, and then I am out, because I love other stuff now. I prioritize other stuff. But what I do love is what we have here is just these cute markets here and there, or beautiful boutiques, and you specifically go there because you want to, look around and see if there's something nice. So going back to that whole, like the whole reason why I started this episode is I wore that dress for me. And when you really own it, when you wear something, you vibrate this beautiful frequency of confidence, of beauty, of joy. And that's not just with that dress. I mean, that dress was next level, but it's also right now with this. It's just a very simple attire. And I I wasn't even thinking about filming right now, right? I was like, you know what? Just before I go, let's just do this, because I really want to create this episode now, and it's still fresh in my mind and in my being, and it's ready to be expressed. And let's just do it over, to save myself from editing. And so, boop, I'm doing it without wearing the dress, without all of that, because the essence is it doesn't matter what you wear if you own it, if you feel comfortable in your skin. And how do you feel comfortable in your skin? It's with these tiny, cute little steps where you get out of your comfort zone and get out of your comfort zone and get out of your comfort zone. They say when you look backwards, you can connect the dots. And if I look backwards, what I can conclude is that starting from the shy girl that's hiding, like, like, like this, like completely hiding, and who never really thought she was beautiful or someone who fit into the norm of beauty, who was afraid to let herself be seen and heard. Every time I would do little things to get out of that comfort zone, right? But that comfort zone feels like you're exploring outside of yourself because you're doing something else that is different from who you are. But the funny thing, though, is that every time I went out of my comfort zone, I connected to who I truly am. Letting go of that shame, letting go of the restrictions, expressing myself fully instead of black, colorful, instead of, the tomboy era, and embracing that, really exploring the femininity and my own beauty and my own curves and my own look and everything. And just embracing who I am instead of what society projects onto me of what the beauty standard was. And that made me free enough to now express myself, where I just cut my kimono and I wear it as a sarong if I want to. And to have that, full expression of wearing this amazing, beautiful dress, not caring what the world thinks of it because I want to wear it. Every time I went out of my comfort zone, it was never an action of becoming bigger than I was. It was actually a movement of becoming who I truly am. It was a movement of, but this is who I choose to be. And shedding all these restrictions, opened up this beautiful pearl that is like colorful and beautiful and bright. You would think that, getting out of your comfort zone is luring you away from who you are and becoming something that you're not. Every time I went out of that comfort zone, I was actually choosing me. I was choosing, the desire and curiosity of, hey, but I like that. I want to go that way. I'm intrigued by that. Hey, it sparks something in me. Hey, this is interesting. Hey, that's beautiful. Whatever it is, I really truly believe that why are we exploring new things? Why are you inspired by certain things? Is because it's a signal for you to recognize where you can embrace who you truly are. And for me, it had led me to fully expressing myself, like wearing this amazing, beautiful dress that I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to wear it another time. Um, when you desire something, when you're inspired about something, follow those hunches, those inclinations, because it's leading you to who you truly are. And this is the essence of that. It's like the more you do that, the more you see that you are not bound to, your culture or your surroundings or how you are raised, or even with your own restrictions of what you perceive as what is safe and right or whatever, depending on the topic. It's truly a way, an invitation for you to be shown how you can truly express yourself and then do it in your own way. Create your own style. Like when you start as an artist, and I think being an artist is in a lot of ways, like even business people are artists in their craft. It doesn't always mean that you have to be colorful and be able to work with a pencil or something, you know? Creativity is even how you communicate or how you find solutions. But anyway, in the beginning, when you explore that path, if you want to do that consciously at least, you kind of suck. You're not that good. If I look at my first creations when I started to wear color, it was still very basic. It would still be, okay, maybe a colorful shirt, but then a very basic, you know, jeans or something. Now, sometimes I really can mismatch and just create this whole new fusion of colors. Like literally where I'm sitting, and now I realize why I'm sitting here. Look, let me show you. Oh, look. This is my amazing carpet. Oops. Oh my god. Yeah, it's, as you can tell, very colorful and I love it. Maybe this is gonna help you to look in a new way of how to get out of your comfort zone. Because it can be so scary to do new things. But if you are inspired to go a certain way, to venture off and try something new, whatever it is, maybe look at it differently. Maybe look at it in a playful way. Like, hey, what am I going to discover about myself? Because every time you have that inclination of, hey, I want to explore something new, it's really an invitation from yourself. Like, hey, I want to be more of who I am. And that just removes the grip of how scary it can be to get out of the comfort zone. Like, honestly, wearing a sheer true dress in daytime is next level, guys. Try it. Like, try it, honestly. Or starting a podcast and doing it on video, speaking English when Dutch is your native language. So, you know, expressing yourself is always easier in your own language. But I'm like, if I don't do it, I am robbing myself from expressing who I am, which is boundless, which is colorful, which is I'm sexy. I know I'm sexy. That's just who I am. Might as well embrace it, right? Um, and I'm really saying it as blunt as it is. Yeah, that's just what it is. Like, it's just who I am. And completely uncensored myself. Getting out of your comfort zone is the invitation. And I hope this inspires you in your own way to see, like, hey, I really want to try that because I feel like book that trip on your own. If you want to go and travel and you've been waiting and waiting, now's your time, your sign. Do it. Get out of the comfort zone. Meet yourself halfway and the rest will follow, you know? If you really want to finally buy that amazing dress that you feel is not really you, just at least try it on, see if it fits. Or get that haircut and try it out, you know, like venture off, do new things, choose you. And it's just a beautiful unfolding. And then years later, you will look back and you'll be like, oh, it became normal because it helps you to express who you truly are. Anyway, I'm gonna venture off to the beach, guys, and I'm gonna wish you a beautiful day.